I was working on other videos and then I noticed that all this stuff was going on and I couldn't resist. I'm like, I'm super excited for Decidueye to be coming to the game. So I'm gonna join in on the fun. I want to talk about this Pokemon too. I don't care if other YouTubers have already done it. I'm excited to talk about this Pokemon, so that's what we're gonna do. Here we are. Oh, here we are. Um Yo, what's up, Leaves? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. How are you doing? Are you still playing Splatoon? I'm on that Pokemon Unite vibe now. Okay, so let's look at what we have been able to learn about Decidueye. That pretty much, as soon as the update came out, I was like, oh my gosh, is this Decidueye here? Open up the game, Decidueye's not here. Kind of a disappointment, but it's okay because even if the Pokemon Unite devs don't got me, even when no one got me, I know the data miners, y'all got me, and they hooked it up. They dug in deep with their electronic pickaxe and mined out all the information, so we pretty much know almost everything that there is to know about Decidueye. We know about all the abilities, the Unite move, the passives, the basic attack and the boosted auto attack, all that. We have all those details. We even have gameplay so we can see exactly how the mechanics of all these abilities work. Of course, we do already have descriptions for all the abilities, but it's nice to also have gameplay to reference as well. The only thing we don't have are like hard numbers and stats, so we do not know exactly how much like base damage each of these abilities are going to do. We don't know how well these abilities are going to scale, but we do have examples of the moves in action, and we also don't know what Decidueye's base stats are going to be. We don't know like how much physical attack is Decidueye going to have at level 1, level 9, level 15, you know, how much HP, how much defense do they have. We don't have those numbers yet, but we have the whole rest of the kit all unlocked. So let's start reading up on this stuff and see what we can learn about Decidueye today. Zareel K-Head said, yo, hello to you. Alright, Leaves, I'm glad you're doing alright. I'm not sure if you're still playing Splatoon. I haven't seen you on that game recently. But I don't really pay attention to my friends list and like who's playing Splatoon anymore. I'm peeping out. Pokemon Unite now. You're gonna invest? What does that mean? You're gonna like buy items for Decidueye? Solo queue was alright. I had an okay time in solo queue. But anyway, that whatever your experience was, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying my experience, I got lucky, I guess, and it's been fine for me. But, you know, it's 50-50. That's how solo queue has always been. Let's talk about this basic attack on Decidueye. Decidueye, whenever Decidueye lands any of their basic attacks, they start ramping up. They start attacking fast. You hit them once, you get a little attack speed buff. Hit him again, another little attack speed buff. When you've hit him 3 times in a row, that's when you have fully activated this buff, and it works a lot like Garchomp's basic attack passive, where Garchomp, once he hits people 5 times, he's like in like super ramped up mode where he just like attacks really fast. And it looks like this almost the same thing is going to happen to Decidueye. Instead of attacking really fast once you get full stacks, you are going to be attacking really fast, but you're also going to make it so every single one of your auto attacks, these boosted auto attacks, fire multiple quills. So Decidueye's basic attacks look like little leaves, or quills, I guess they're calling them. So when you have your full boosted auto attack ready to go, your attacks are going to fire multiple quills. You're going to be firing 3 auto attacks basically instead of just 1. And it works like Garchomp, where once you've activated your boosted auto attacks, every attack is going to be a boosted auto. So you have to kind of rev up your engines, but once you're online, you're like bruh, bruh, bruh. Each of the damage of these little quills actually gets reduced. So we do have some gameplay here to reference. Does this game... Okay, we're going to turn off the audio. So you can see each of the auto attacks is doing... I have my quality set really low. Each of the auto attacks is doing 130. But once we have these boosted autos, they're doing 49 times 3. So we go from 130 to about 150. Wait, I did that wrong. We divided the other way. The numbers were correct. So we're doing 15% more damage. Is that what that means? 1.15 times as much damage. We're doing 115% as much damage when we're in boosted auto attack realm. I know it looks like you're going to be doing 3x damage because you're auto attacking 3 times, but it's not. It doesn't actually work out like that. In reality, it's about you're doing about 115%. You're not just doing 200% or 300% more damage. That would be crazy. Although it wouldn't be the first time that the developers over at Timmy Studios decided to just do something crazy. So, just you know, I am explaining that this boosted auto attack isn't as crazy powerful as you might initially think, but you know, don't let your guard down because Timmy Studios will do something crazy on you. You never know. You haven't played Splatoon in a while. Kind of burnt yourself out. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, literally, here I am not playing Splatoon, so I definitely have experienced that. Can't get out of Veteran 3 at the moment. I mean, I'm still in Veteran 4, but I haven't really grinded that much. Okay, so we got to see this boosted. Let's also look at Long Reach. Deals increased damage to distant opposing Pokemon. So basically, I think it's going to work where once they're outside of a certain distance, you're just going to do a set amount of bonus damage. But who knows? Maybe it's going to be like if they're like a certain, like as they get further and further away, the damage buff gets bigger and bigger. Maybe that's how it works, where it's like if you're this close, you get like not any bonus damage, but then when you're this far, you get some bonus. When you're this far, you get more bonus. And when you're like a full screen length, you get like max bonus. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but the way that this is worded oh, my head is covering the image, but you can still read the text. I wish I could scroll up. I have to like zoom in enough that I can, there you go. That's what the image looked like. Anyway, we're not sure. The way that it's worded makes it, to me, increases damage to distant opposing Pokemon. It feels like there is a set distance, and then when they're outside of that set distance, you get a set amount of bonus damage. But we'll have to see. We'll have to test it out and see. So, before we even dive into like looking at all of Decidueye's moves and everything, I just want to say right now, right off the bat, it looks like this Pokemon is going to really heavily reward good positioning with this Long Reach passive. And also just the fact that if you rev up your engines and get to your boosted auto attacks, if you're in a position where you can continuously attack and maintain that boosted auto attack uptime, you're going to get heavily rewarded. And as we look at more of Decidueye's abilities, we're going to see more and more evidence to fuel my reasoning for why I think this Pokemon is going to be very rewarding if your positioning is tight. So now let's take a look at this Pokemon's leveling up journey. Let's see how it looks as they level up. They start out level 1, Little Rowlet. Level 5, you evolve into Dartrix, the middle evolution. And at level 7, you hit Decidueye. So this is similar scaling as Greninja and Cinderace. They are exactly the same. This is an attacker, low endurance, excels at dealing heavy range damage to opponents. I believe it doesn't... We don't know if this is physical or special attacker yet, but they're probably physical based off of what we've seen. I'm going to assume probably physical, but we don't have any confirmation on that yet, technically. Okay, so here's when you evolve, just like Cinderace and Greninja. The levels at which you get your moves is also the same as Greninja and Cinderace. So level 1, you can pick one of these moves. At level 3, you'll have both. At level 7, you evolve into Decidueye. You can unlock either Razor Leaf or Spirit Shackle. We're going to go into the details of all these moves. First, I just want to show you the leveling, like when you get these moves. At level 8, you're going to unlock Leaf Storm or Shadow Sneak. You can choose between the two. And then at level 9, you get your Unite move. So again, all this is exactly the same as Cinderace. I'm not sure about Greninja because I don't play Greninja, but I know that Cinderace is exactly the same. You evolve at 5 and 7. You get your next move at first move upgrade at level 7. Next move upgrade at level 8. At level 9, you get your Unite. And then now let's look at the details on these moves. So Leafage. Looks like you can still see. Pelts leaves in the designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon hit by them for a short time. After using this move, the user's attack and basic attack speed are increased. So let's take a look at this in action. There we go. There's the Leafage. And there's Astonish, but Leafage is what we're interested in right now. Boom. You let out a cone-shaped AoE. Everything in the AoE takes damage. And after you launch your Leafage, after using this move, the user's basic attack speed is increased. Okay, great. Astonish is the other level early game move that Decidueye unlocks at either level 1 or 3. This is going to be your dueling move. This is what's going to help you to win early game 1v1s, deal damage to a single opposing Pokemon, and decrease their movement speed for a short time. So this is basically a single target nuke. We did see them use it. They're going to use it right here. It's a single target nuke that slows the target. So boom, right there, nice little chunk of damage, a little more damage than what your basic attacks are doing. And they get astonished, and that effect of being astonished is that this dummy now has a move speed slow on them. So it looks like it lasts 1 second. That move speed slow is going to last a second, and that's just going to be a nice little early game move, just something you can hit somebody with and chase them down if you've got them in a bad spot. If they have overextended, you can astonish them. Then they're slowed, then you launch Leafage, and that gives you a basic attack increase, so you're chasing them down, they're slowed from Astonish, you have attack speed increase, you're just doing a ton of damage, and that person that you're not trying to kill either has to try to escape, or they have to try to turn on you and go all in. We'll see how the matchups work out, but this looks really threatening. It looks like, depending on how squishy Rowlet is, it might be really hard to deal with this Pokemon in the lane, which is something that I don't think is true about Cinderace and Greninja. I think Cinderace and Greninja actually ain't too great in the lane. So Decidueye might have a nice potential to be not a jungler, but still kind of do what Cinderace and Greninja do. You know, we'll have to talk about that when Decidueye comes out, kind of what we decide to do with this Pokemon, but just initially here, I want to talk about the fact that these moves look better for laning than what Cinderace and Greninja get, which means that this Pokemon can perhaps be used differently at the top level. Of course, if you're just playing casually, you can do whatever. You can go lane with Cinderace and Greninja. I see it all the time. It's totally fine. But just if you're trying to be optimal, Cinderace, Greninja in the lane isn't really great. And I think the same might not be true for Decidueye. It looks like Decidueye might actually be perfectly fine in the lane. Now at level 7, this is when we unlock the choice between Razor Leaf and Spirit Shackle. So Razor Leaf, actually let me show you the pictures, okay, just in case you were interested. Razor Leaf is a move that kind of acts like a move that actually exists in another MOBA called League of Legends. That item is called Runan's Hurricane. It's an item that you can give to a ranged auto attacker, and it makes it so whenever they launched a ranged auto attack at a primary target, the Runan's Hurricane item makes it so that a secondary target gets selected, so another target can be taking damage from your auto attacks. So it basically splits your auto attacks. And it looks like in the case of Razor Leaf, sometimes items that split your auto attacks will all make it so that your primary target actually takes less damage than if you didn't have your auto attacks splitting up. In this game, it looks like the primary target is still going to take full damage. So let's go ahead and read the description. Let me scroll a little bit so you can see better. I'll just turn off my webcam for a moment here. Summons Whirling Razor Leaves. For a short time after using this move, the user's basic attack and basic attack speed are increased. In addition, the user's basic attack can target multiple opposing Pokemon for a short time. Upgraded to Razor Leaf Plus when the Pokemon reaches level 11. Upgrade. Increases the user's basic attack damage the higher the opposing Pokemon's remaining HP is. Now, this upgrade effect is really strong. Okay, let's take a look at an item called Muscle Band. Muscle Band is an item that is pretty much universally useful on any Pokemon, even if you're not a Pokemon that's all about basic attacking. Deal additional damage with basic attacks by a percentage of the target's remaining HP. So that's the exact same effect. Increases your basic attack damage the higher the opposing Pokemon's HP is. So the higher your opponent's HP is, the more damage Muscle Band is going to do. And this little effect right here is worth so much damage. And so you know this little effect right here is also going to be worth so much damage. It's insane that they have allowed this. They basically made it so you can equip Muscle Band, and then you can get a double Muscle Band effect on a Razor Leaf. on top of that, Razor Leaf is making it so your auto attacks are hitting multiple targets. So let's take a look at that. Oh, this is not a good example. Right here. Okay, so they just activated Razor Leaf, and now you can see multiple of these targets are taking damage. You can see the monkey's getting hit, the Vespa Queen is getting hit. So that's how Razor Leaf works. It will just like basically anything that's within your auto attack range can also get hit by Razor Leaf. I don't know if there's a limit on how many targets you can be hit. Probably a limit of like 3 targets, but who knows? Maybe they'll decide to go crazy and just make it so everyone in your AoE gets hit. That would be really insane, though. I don't think they'll do that. Okay. Turn my camera back on, and we'll look at Spirit Shackle, the other move that you could choose to upgrade to at level 7. Charges power before firing quills in the designated direction. Damage dealt by quills increases the longer the power is charged, but movement speed is decreased while charging. So this is like another League of Legends reference. There's a character named Varus, and he has the exact same effect where you can hold down his Q and he'll like kind of move a little bit slower, but he's like charging up a really long range piercing attack, and once he lets go, he pierces through everything and launches an arrow through everybody. It looks like Decidueye is going to work in much the same way. If this move hits after power is charged to the maximum, it can stitch the opposing Pokemon's shadow to the ground. This move is Spirit Shackle. This is Decidueye's signature move from the mainline series. And just like in the mainline series and in Pokemon Unite, this is also going to be stitching the opposing Pokemon's shadow to the ground. In the mainline series, it makes it so that Pokemon who gets hit by Spirit Shackle can't escape the battlefield. In Unite, it's making it so the affected Pokemon receives damage upon moving a set distance from the location. So the shadow is going to be stitched to the ground, and if that Pokemon walks too far away from their shadow, something happens, the shadow like snaps and they take damage, basically. Is how this works. So if the Pokemon walks too far away after getting Spirit Shackled to the ground, after their shadow gets Spirit Shackled to the ground, they are going to... Its movement speed is decreased for a short time. Oh, they don't even take damage. Oh, they do receive damage. Okay, the effect receives damage upon moving a set distance from the location, and its move speed is decreased. So, Spirit Shackle compared to Razor Leaf, it's probably less damage, because Razor Leaf is just like letting you auto attack more. You're hitting more people with your auto attack, and once it upgrades, you're getting a muscle band effect. Spirit Shackle is more about hitting like 1 or 2 targets who happen to be in a straight line, and you can shackle them to the ground, and when you do that, you're kind of crowd controlling them. So this move, a little bit more about crowd control or like long-range snipes. Razor Leaf is probably giving you a higher damage ceiling. Spirit Shackle is more utility. Spirit Shackle Plus at level 11 makes it so you do extra damage to opposing Pokemon with low HP. Interesting. So you this one lets you hit harder on high HP targets. This is more about being like an assassin and finishing off the kills while they're trying to run away. You just Spirit Shackle them. Even if they survive the Spirit Shackle, their shadow will be stitched to the ground, and they're going to get a move speed slow when they walk too far away, and they'll take bonus damage when they walk too far away. So I like both of these moves. Razor Leaf is probably going to be better because it's got a higher damage ceiling, but who knows? Spirit Shackle might be really nice in team fights for helping if you have a team comp that just like kind of has good damage but people escape. Spirit Shackle is going to help you to deal with that. It's going to give you a little bit of CC, and if somebody does actually run all the way away, you might be able to just snipe them with Spirit Shackle. Now let's look at the moves you get at level 8. Leafage, that's your signature move? Really? Are you a Pokemon? Leaf? Leaves? Okay. At level 8, you can choose between Leaf Storm and Shadow Sneak. Leaf Storm is like a line AoE, kind of actually very similar to Spirit Shackle. It's like a line, but instead of charging it up, you just launch it once, and the people who are really close to you get pushed away, and any people who are further away just take damage. Anybody who gets hit by the Leaf Storm gets a move speed slow. Shadow Sneak makes it so once you activate Shadow Sneak, you start flying and you move a little bit faster. You can't go over terrain, but you do move a little bit faster, and there's a little shadow underneath you. And once you get close to an enemy, that shadow will sneak over to an enemy and hit them with a move speed slow, a defense decrease, And on top of that, you are getting that move speed increase once you activate Shadow Sneak, because you're going to start flying and move a little faster. Once that Shadow Sneak hits somebody, that's when they're going to get hit with the debuff, the speed and defense debuff. So let's just take a quick look at these abilities. Just read the description. I just want to show them in this video in case anybody wants to really read all the details. Tempest of Sharp Leaves, hits. Dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits and decreasing their movement speed for a short time. At point blank range, it also shoves the opposing Pokemon it hits. When it's upgraded, increases the length of time that the move speed of the opposing Pokemon is decreased. So this is just kind of helping you to kite targets. You're going to push them away if they're too close, and they get a move speed slow. And if you upgrade it, they get slowed for longer. Shadow Sneak creates a shadow that takes hold of one opposing Pokemon in the area of effect, dealing damage to it and decreasing its movement speed and defense for a short time. Also increases the user's movement speed for a short time. Upgraded to Shadow Sneak Plus when the Pokemon reaches level 13. Further decreases defense once you upgrade it. So let's take a look at these moves in action. Oh, here it is, Leafage. So there's just line AoE. And then when they get closer in this like weird shape that's in the AoE, that's where if they're within that, they get pushed away a set distance. And it's a set distance that they get pushed. So if you just hit them with the tip of that point blank range AoE, they get pushed the same distance as if they had gotten pushed by like the very base of it. Now let's see if they showcase Shadow Sneak. Well, here's the Varus Q, aka Spirit Shackle. I'll turn my webcam back on. So here's the Spirit Shackle. Here's how it charges up, just like Power Up Punch. And you can see that they are shackled to the ground. So if they walk out of this AoE, that's where they get the bonus effect of taking damage and getting slowed. Now in a second here, I think they are going to show... Okay, here we go. They're about to show off Shadow Sneak. So they just activated it and they started flying, and the shadow instantly flew over to the dummy. And now I think in a bit they're going to show... I want them to show... Okay, here we go. So if you activate it and no one is near you, then it's just a shadow underneath you. But once you walk up to something, that's when the shadow runs out and does its Shadow Sneak effect of hitting somebody and doing damage, hitting them with a move speed slow and a defense drop. And finally, let's look at the Unite move unlocked at level 9. The Unite move, Knock Knock. This is not an actual move that exists in the Pokemon mainline series, but it is a move that Timmy Studios decided to just invent for their game. Fires quills in the designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon. The move ends by unleashing a particularly large quill that deals damage to all opposing Pokemon it hits. This move deals increased damage if the opposing Pokemon's remaining HP is low, so it's a little bit of an execute action here. When using this move, the user becomes immune to hindrances, but is unable to move. So when you use this Unite move, you are unable to move, but you can redirect your aim. Another thing to note is that when the leaves hit a target, you'll see the leaves don't extend out. They kind of get body blocked by the target. So you can body block this Knock Knock Unite move. You can absorb the hits if you're trying to like protect your teammate. But the final arrow that comes out will pierce through everything. So there's no body blocking that move. Again, when you use the Unite move, you are shackled. You're kind of self-shackled to the ground. You can't move. I believe you cannot cancel it early. When the game comes out, oh, wait, they did cancel it early. Okay, so let's take a look. When you cancel it early, it looks like it does not fire the final arrow. If you cancel it early, you can start walking away, but it won't activate the final arrow for you. You have to fully let the animation play out for the final big arrow to come out. So when you're in this state, you're immune to hindrances. So that means the only like superior magic that can like go through this and stop you from ulting would be a Slowbro ult. Maybe Slowbro Telekinesis might have some kind of special property where it can stop this move, but I'm pretty sure it has to be a Slowbro ult. And this is a good example right here where the leaves don't pierce through the dummy, but the final arrow does pierce through the dummy. Okay, and that's pretty much all the information we have on Decidueye currently. Oops, forgot to turn back on my webcam. Rated highly in offense, very low in defense, low on mobility. That makes sense. So compared to Greninja and Cinderace, Decidueye has two moves that are kind of about dealing damage. These moves at level 7, Razor Leaf, Spirit Shackle, this is definitely like kind of a damage focused move. Razor Leaf is more focused on damage, Spirit Shackle is a little more focused on utility, the ability to like snipe people from long range and Spirit Shackle them so that they get a move speed slow and take damage if they step out of a certain small range. Leaf Storm and Shadow Sneak, these are moves that kind of exist in replacement of a mobility move. So Cinderace gets Blaze Kick, a dash. They get Flame Charge or Feint, which are the mobility moves that Cinderace has. Greninja can have Double Team or Smokescreen, which are Greninja's utility dash options, mobility options. Instead of having a straight up dash, Decidueye gets kind of some utility in Leaf Storm and Shadow Sneak. These moves are still going to help you to keep distance between yourself and the opponents because Shadow Sneak slows the opponents and gives Decidueye a move speed increase. Leaf Storm pushes opponents and gives the opponents who get hit a move speed decrease. So both of these moves will help you to kite out opponents, which is what Decidueye wants to do. You kind of want to constantly have your opponents at an arm's length away so that you can constantly be hitting with your basic attack, boosted autos, doing like a little burst of damage, having them at long reach distance so that you can hit them with bonus damage. These moves right here are helping you to achieve the goal of kiting out your opponents. So a nice tight kit. It's kind of, you're giving up mobility again compared to Cinderace and Greninja, but what you get in return is just more damage. You get a passive that really rewards you for staying within range of your opponents, but not too close, and you'll get even more bonus damage out of long reach. So this Pokemon is just going to, I think they're going to be able to deal more damage than Cinderace and Greninja, but they're going to get punished a lot harder when they get caught out. So again, this Pokemon, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, this Pokemon is going to reward you for having good positioning, because you're going to be able to dish out tons and tons of damage with Razor Leaf, or with Spirit Shackle if that's what you decide to go with. You can keep opponents away with Leaf Storm, Shadow Sneak. You got this passive, and all that's just going to be a ton of damage. You're going to be getting rewarded heavily for having yourself set up into good positions. But the moment you step out of line and you get caught out, you basically have no way to get out of trouble, unfortunately. Your Unite move, sure, it makes you hindrance immune, but you can't move while you're doing it. Spirit Shackle, when you activate Spirit Shackle, you're going to be... when you activate Spirit Shackle, you're going to be moving slower. So this Pokemon's mobility is not as good compared to Cinderace and Greninja, which I think are the Pokemon you should be comparing Decidueye to. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys about Decidueye. I wanted to kind of talk about these moves, talk about how I think this Pokemon, it does have better potential than Cinderace and Greninja to be played in the lane. I think this Pokemon appears to have really excellent late game potential damage. Did you play Pokemon? I love Decidueye in that. Yeah, Decidueye was actually my main in Pokken because I love Decidueye. That's why I'm making this video. Normally, I wouldn't want to really bother covering leaks, but two things. Number one, I'm really pumped for Decidueye. Like, I'm freaking excited. I couldn't resist talking about this. And number two, these leaks are actually very substantial. The information that we have available to us is like enough for us to have a very full conversation. I don't feel like this is like a waste of time to talk about this. Like, we have enough information to start talking about this Pokemon, so I want to start talking about this Pokemon. Last thing I want to say is that in this stream description, there's going to be a link to this YouTube video by El Chico Eevee if you want to see someone who can show you this gameplay really early. And then also Sobbles Unite Datamine is an account where I got some of this information. I also got this from Reddit, but honestly, this person from Reddit probably got it from this guy on Twitter. So I'm not going to link this Reddit post. I'm going to link the Twitter because this is where the actual source of the information comes from. This person leaks Datamined all kinds of stuff for the game. So here's an upcoming skin for the game. Adept style Machamp. This actually looks great. Twitter always compresses the video file, so it looks really ugly, but, you know. Some more close-ups. There you go. Also, we've got some new outfits. Trainer outfits, new pants. Honestly, I thought we already had these pants in the game, but okay. This is a really expensive outfit. I don't get it, but okay. Cool look. Kind of a purplish pink. And this is like this discipline set. I was going to say this looks like the adept set, but for people, and somehow less tickets. This is a really ugly skin for Gengar. I'm not interested in this at all, despite being a very big... Wait, you guys can't see anything. I'm so sorry. Okay, this is Sobbles Unite. This is that El Chico Eevee. Will be linked in the description. Sobbles Unite Datamine will be linked in the description. This was a Reddit post, but honestly, this Reddit post probably got it from someone's Twitter, so I'm just going to share this Twitter because this is like the actual source of the information. Here's that Machamp I was talking about, and of course the video is like really ugly and compressed because Twitter. But there you go. Some more images. Why does this keep happening? What the heck? My screen keeps going black. I don't know. Did you guys see this video? Anyway, I hope you saw this video, but there you go. Pants, purplish pink set, very expensive. Adept style set, aka discipline set, not as expensive. Really ugly Gengar skin, not interested in this at all, despite being a big fan of Gengar. Did I say Greninja? I meant Gengar. Wow, all clothes discounted. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna buy these. I'm probably gonna buy the Snorlax or the Cramorant set. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's great. I really want this. I'm definitely gonna buy this. Might buy this. 30% off. Wow, that's great. Okay, did not notice that one, but that's great. Blissey, getting a skin. That's good for Blissey. Looks okay. It's not the worst skin they've come out with. This one is like not really impressing me, but you know, I love Decidueye, so I'm excited to just see them having a skin. Sylveon got a skin as well. Yeah, I'm not in love with this. If it was just the bow, that'd be great, but this is weird. Why is Sylveon wearing clothes? This is weird. Okay. Just other stuff that you guys have already seen. This is already in the game, but you know, at the time that this was tweeted, this was a leak. They tweeted this way before these actually came to the game. So yeah, Sobbles Twitter, Sobbles Unite Datamine Twitter, linked in the description. Eevee, El Chico Eevee, linked in the description. If you want to have access to more early access to stuff like this. Okay, is there anything else we need to cover? I don't think so. I have some videos coming out in the next couple days talking about the patch notes. I was going to do a live stream today to talk about the patch notes, but this Decidueye stuff was just too juicy. I couldn't not cover it, so we just had to. We really just had to talk about Decidueye. But in the next couple days, we're going to be talking about the patch notes and just, you know, how I'm feeling about things, so stay tuned for that stuff if you want to know kind of what the effect of has been on the game after these patch notes came. The big news, like the headline when the patch notes came out, was like Greedent nerfed, and now that the patch note is actually here, or the patch is actually dropped, the headline is like Ninetales didn't actually get buffed. So we have to talk about that. I think Ninetales, it's another situation where it's a buff nerf. We've had those in Pokemon Unite in the past, for sure. We've experienced it. Plenty of Pokemon have gotten the buff nerf. Like that's the Timmy Studios special, is the buff nerf. They love to do the buff nerf. Hey, that's a new sponsor. I don't know who that is, but that's a new icon. Great. I don't even have to run these slideshows when I'm on YouTube, but hey. Hey, thank you for the follow. Please make sure that you also follow Sawballs Unite Datamined Twitter as well. I don't know if it was someone who's watching on YouTube who just followed me on Twitter, but thank you. If any of you liked the video or subscribed to the channel, thank you. Welcome to the crew. I wonder if there's a way for me to have alerts for when someone likes the video or follows. I'll look into that. Elijah did, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we have to talk about Ninetales, the buff nerf. We gotta talk about Greedent. How big is this nerf? Probably enough to lower their power potential. Definitely enough to lower the potential. Obviously, any nerf is lowering the potential. So there's that. But I don't know. It might not be enough to take them out of the meta. They're definitely worse at doing things that made them strong. So it might be enough to take them out of the meta. They're doing less damage if they're trying to just nuke down a Zapdos or a Rotom in the off lane. But we'll see. Maybe the nerf isn't enough to take them out of the meta. Honestly, if they don't get taken out of the meta, but they are weaker, that's like best case scenario. Because you don't want Pokemon to just disappear off the face of the earth. You just want to be less frustrated when you face these Pokemon. So, my hope, honestly, is that Greedent isn't just completely evaporated and gone. He's just like a little bit less oppressive. Anyway, we got videos coming out in the future, next couple days, later this week. So thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you enjoyed seeing my perspective on these buffs. I hope that maybe you just enjoyed hearing me talk about Decidueye, whether it's because you like hearing my voice or if it's because you just love Decidueye. Maybe you've already watched like every single video that has been uploaded about Decidueye today, and now you're like, okay, great. Here's a 1 hour long live stream of Joe talking about Decidueye. Let's go. Let's do it. We're not at an hour really. We're at 40 minutes. Okay, I restrained myself. I could have gone for an hour. My goal was to be at 30 minutes. We went to 40. That's okay. Both. There you go, Eli. There you go, Eli. There you go. Both. You want to hear me talk and you want to hear about Decidueye. So yeah, Elijah, if you think I missed anything, if you've been, or anybody in chat, if you've been hearing everything that everyone is saying about Decidueye, if you think I missed something, then be sure to, you can say something right now in chat, we'll all see it right there, or you can leave a comment and let me know, like, hey Joe, you forgot the fact that Decidueye's passive can proc leftovers and make yourself instantly start healing. That doesn't make any sense, but you know, there might be something I missed. So if there is, then let me know. Then you'll look like a genius in my chat or in the comment section. And everyone will be like, wow, that guy knows a lot. Clout acquired. Anyway, thank you all for watching today's live stream. I hope that you enjoyed this. I stream quite often over on twitch.tv, so go ahead and check out the stream description again. Click on my Twitch, give that account a follow. I'm not going to be streaming tonight because, like I said, I got these future videos I want to come out with. And also, we're not doing team practice tonight because one of my teammates is unavailable. So we're going to just not do practice, which is perfect for me because now I get to focus on finishing these videos, talking about the patch notes and talking about all the updates and everything. Goodbye, Eli. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye. I'll see you in the next live stream. This is my imitation of Wigglytuff singing. Alright. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, you were here, Cookie Derps. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you next time. Eli, an A+ for you. Thank you for doing your homework. Thank you for showing up to class on time. Very well done. We should all seek to be a good student like Eli. Good job, everybody. Good job, everyone. Thank you for showing up. This is the end of the stream. This is it. Y'all gotta go. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Alright? I'm gonna fade out the music. The video's gonna end. You gotta figure out what to do with the rest of your night. Or day. Depending on where you live. Maybe play some Pokemon Unite. Season 2. At first it wasn't lit, but now it's looking lit. We're hyped. Get hyped. Decidueye's coming. We got a Greedent nerf. Ninetales got a buff nerf. This is what we've all been waiting for. Please enjoy the game. Goodbye. Alright, everybody. Thank you for watching today's live stream. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.